Well, thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Justin Gehrts, and this is the 10 Weather Impact Show. We've had some beautiful, beautiful weather on this Tuesday. Of course, yesterday we had some areas of rain and a few thunderstorms. It was still fairly humid for a good share of the day, but then that cold front came through and brought in cooler temperatures and noticeably lower mugginess, and that'll be something we get to enjoy the next couple of days. However, there are some changes coming up. Until then, man, I really recommend trying to spend some time outdoors the next couple of days, just because it is going to be so darn nice out there. Of course, if you are going to do so during the middle part of the day, sunscreen, great idea. In fact, it's a mandatory thing just because UV index is going to be very high the next couple of days. The week is going to be ending with some rain chances. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have opportunities for rain. It's not going to be a washout every single day, though. There are going to be dry breaks in there. Next week, big pattern change sets up. It is going to be heating up, feeling every bit of summer out there. Out the door right now, though, we just have those friendly little puffy fair weather clouds that have popped up here. You see those dotting the satellite picture, and we can see them dotting the sky on our camera looking at downtown from Seattle Audubon Metro Park. Yeah, nothing coming out of these, just those typical summertime afternoon fluff balls out there. Now, those dissipate this evening as the sun goes down, so that means you'll have a clear sky in the western sky. You'll be able to see a few planets. Here's 9:30 p.m. Tuesday. Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, all visible. Now, Mercury is going to be getting pretty low on the horizon, also closer to that sunset twilight. But if you look up and have your hand out about like this, have your hand in a fist, about 2 fists up, you'll be able to see Venus pretty easily. It's a bright one for sure. Then you'll look at Jupiter and Mercury just below that. All right, hour-by-hour forecast. We'll run it through here. There we see that mostly sunny sky for the rest of the day. Clear skies tonight. There could be a little bit of patchy fog here or there. Slight chance of that, though. And if that does happen, it's going to lift pretty quickly. Mostly sunny skies are ahead once again for your Wednesday with some of those little friendly fair weather clouds popping up. Then on Wednesday, we start to see our rain chances increase a bit. All right, here's your upper level weather pattern here. Now, jet stream is that river of air well above our heads. That is kind of a dividing line between cooler air and warmer air. In the past several days, we've had that cooler air in place. However, here's that pattern change. Area of high pressure builds off to our south. That's going to be expanding next week, sends the jet stream way up north. It's what we call a ridge. And when we're underneath one of those in the summertime, it is warm for sure. And that's exactly what we have coming up. Not only an increase in warmth, but also increase in mugginess. Next couple of days, again, dew points are in the 50s, really comfortable out there. They start to jump later on in the week, and there you notice early next week, dew points possibly in the 70s. That is some pretty tropical air, and with highs either side of 90, it's going to be pretty steamy. In fact, here is the Climate Prediction Center's temperature outlook for June 28th through July 2nd. So as we wrap up the month and head into July, yeah, big expanse of above normal temperatures likely across the Great Lakes, Midwest, really anywhere east of the Rockies. Today, though, it's going to be nice out there. About 79 for a high in Columbus, and we're all basically in the upper 70s. Could be a localized 80, but it is going to be a very pleasant day. All right, here's that 7-day forecast. We start off at 56 tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, and 80 for a high. Thursday, we start to see some rain chances come back into our weather picture. 82 is your high there. Seeing more areas of rain and a couple of thunderstorms on Friday, highs around 80. Still a rain chance coming up on Saturday, 82 is the high. Lesser chances on Sunday, though. It does appear that Sunday probably is going to be a dry day for most of us, but you notice those temperatures start to rise, 86 up to 90 for a high on Monday. So yeah, that heat is going to be coming. We are going to be certainly seeing a pretty warm week next week. In fact, the heat indices probably are going to be peaking well into the 90s for most of next week. So be ready for that. Certainly, though, the next couple of days we can enjoy that nice weather. So yeah, while we have some hot weather in our forecast, it really doesn't compare to the heat wave slamming Europe this week. Extreme heat is being felt from Ireland to Greece across the European continent, with some areas likely to set all-time record highs. Here's a look at some of the impacts. All right, first off in London, fans have been flying off the shelves. Sales are up 50% this week on the cooling range at John Lewis, while some fans were out of stock. The Met Office was forecasting temperatures of up to 37 degrees Celsius or nearly 99 Fahrenheit in southern England on Tuesday, potentially a new June record, before rising even further Wednesday and Thursday. In Spain, Barcelona residents flocked to the beach on Tuesday to escape soaring temperatures, including dozens of people with reduced mobility who used an assisted swimming service to enjoy the cool waters of the Mediterranean. Using amphibious chairs, beach workers helped users access the water and enjoy the sea as temperatures across parts of Spain were forecast to reach as 44 degrees Celsius or 111 Fahrenheit. A mother of one of the users remarked that it was a joy that there was such a service available, saying, quote, "In the water, he's like a normal child. He wants to play. He wants to drink the water. I think this changes his day and mine too," end quote. All right, moving off to France. Tourists expressed disappointment and incomprehension as the Eiffel Tower cut its hours on Tuesday, closing early as the heat wave scorched through Paris. Normally open from 9 a.m. to 12:45 a.m. during peak season, which starts in mid-June. The French monument closed to visitors at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, with the last entries at 12:15. Tourist Tiffany Tang said, quote, "I am hot, yes, but I don't think I would be hotter if I go up," end quote. Temperatures were expected to reach 38 Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the city on Tuesday, according to the weather service Meteo France, and the heat wave is set to last until Friday. All right, finally, in Greece, extreme heat and dry conditions led to some wildfire activity. Video here from outside of Athens shows firefighters dumping water on a burning tree as well as a helicopter aiding in firefighting efforts. With more on this extreme high temperature outbreak, Melissa Bell is in Paris with how authorities are handling the heat.
It is an intensifying heat wave that is spreading across Europe from Greece all the way through to the west of the continent. Here, on the world's fastest warming continent, we are seeing a heat wave that authorities are warning will not just intensify, but could prove much longer than average. Already here in France, we've been seeing sweltering temperatures for the last few days, including here, the Canal Saint-Martin in Paris. Normally you're not allowed to swim, but they made a special exception with many people just seeking a little respite from these temperatures. Some of the highest expected here in Paris today, with authorities predicting they could be some of the French capital's highest ever on record. We saw it already on Sunday. France had its national music festival, the Fête de la Musique, across the country. In those hardest hit parts of the country, the public consumption of alcohol was banned in order to try and protect people's health. Authorities really warning people to stay at home as much as they can. What we're seeing are these alerts across the continent and across, with red alerts here, across half of France. They're the highest level of alert, with things only likely to get worse. What we expect is an intensification through to Wednesday, Thursday, by which time the heat wave should move northwards. It is in the United Kingdom that they expect their heat wave to come Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, certainly a very warm situation out in Europe, and of course some of those areas aren't used to dealing with that kind of heat. They're a little bit farther north and have a bit more of that influence from some of the ocean and Mediterranean as well. So definitely a rough situation out there, as you saw. We'll do another check of our 7-day forecast here, as we do see, again, mostly sunny skies for your Tuesday and Wednesday. Highs upper 70s to around 80, low mugginess and a gentle breeze the next couple of days. Definitely something worth enjoying. We'll have rain chances coming up Thursday and Friday into Saturday as well. Kind of off and on. It's not going to be a solid wall of rain all 3 days in a row, but it is going to be out there at least, as we have some intermittent rain, and there could be a few downpours as that mugginess starts to increase a bit. We'll really feel the humidity rise, though, going up into the time we head into early next week, and really throughout all of next week, as we see high temperatures either side of 90 starting Monday and probably lasting throughout most of the week. All right, so thanks for joining us here on the 10 Weather Impact Show. Meteorologist Chris Tomer is here starting at 4 o'clock with all the latest of what you can expect in the remainder of the week and the weekend, and of course that heat next week. And always, you can find more information whenever you need it at 10tv.com.